Hey y'all, it's Dr. Shamanda. Welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things mental health, personal finance, and overall strategies to live your best life. All right, y'all, shout out to Dollar Tree. No, they're not sponsoring me. They need to though, because as much as I spend in that store, yeah, I'm gonna need y'all to sponsor me. Well, I don't spend a lot of it, but you know, when I do go shopping, it's Dollar Tree, $1.25. So I know y'all see me with my clear mug all the time, so I finally went there yesterday and I saw this and I was like, oh yeah, I like this. Cute and dainty and minimalist. So anyway, let's get right into it. Y'all know what this is. If you see the title, you know that this video is all about paying off my car loan. And I don't know, y'all, it feels so surreal to be here at this phase and to be so close to the finish line. I honestly don't even, I don't know, it just feels so unreal. But I'm thinking about like all the work and effort and time that I've invested to get the money to be able to do this, right? So if you guys watch my last teaching video, which I posted maybe a couple days ago, I talked about like obviously wrapping up that phase of my life, so no more teaching part-time or anything like that, which is how I was able to actually fund this this debt payoff journey here. But you know, it's just getting exhausting, and so it's not good for someone like me who has an autoimmune disease. And you know, I didn't want to push myself too much, but I have been able to make significant progress toward this goal. And so as of today, we are at we're down to 2 payments, y'all. 2 payments. And I'm gonna tell you why it's 2 payments, because my goal is to pay this. It was, I guess, what, in May? Was it April when I started? So April, I think I set a goal. I wanted to pay my car off in 90 days. And so I made my payment in May. And then yesterday I made my payment, which I'll tell you what that is in a minute. And so now I am down to officially 60 days. So the question is, can I make this payment or pay off my car loan in 60 days? And so that means July and August. So by the end of July, I want to have this completely paid off and then just be waiting on my car title, baby, in the mail. That part, okay? So there's a lot of little things that we got to figure out, and I'm saying we because I need y'all help, like for real. And I'm not even funny. Like, I'm so serious. Like, I need you to help me with this because I don't really know what to do. So we're gonna figure this out. So anyway, let me give y'all the numbers, okay? So the goal. So let's see. When I started this journey, I'm not gonna go into all the detail, but I started off. I got this car in January of 2023, I believe. And before then, I have a car for 2 years. I was living in Atlanta, Georgia with my kids, but we lived in the city. So it was like I could lift, and they were homeschooled, and I was working from home. So it was just, and I was in school full time actually. And so online. And so it wasn't required. I was able to navigate. I had some friends, I had a way to get around. But when I moved to North Carolina, it was like not even a question. I had to get another car. But I think the first 6 months though, I didn't even have a car when I first moved to North Carolina. So I finally got a car in January 2023. I wanted me a little sedan, Mercedes, and I got it. And it wasn't bad, but my credit wasn't the best at that time just because some things had happened. But that obviously led to having a higher credit score, but I was able to get the car. So that was what I was excited about. And so originally my original balance was about, I have on the statement, it says it was, and I have my notes here, it was $19,074.66. Now I know it was a little more than that. I know it was 20 something because, you know, tag and taxes and all that kind of stuff, fees and all that when you're purchasing a car. So I do remember a 20 in front of it. So but this is the actual like amount that was when I first started. So at the beginning of January 2025, this year, the balance was $17,477. So that's where we started, like this whole journey. And something happened because in January, I just was like, I'm gonna pay this car off in 6 months. Like 8 months, whatever. By September, I think was the original goal. And I was like, I just do not want to take this debt into 2026. I want to pay off my car. I don't know what happened. It just became this thing. Like, I became obsessed with it, and I was like, I don't know what I gotta do, but I'm gonna pay this car off. I'm not taking this into 2026. So in January, I made my first payment. I think my first initial payments were $1,500. And then, sorry, got an email. $1,500, and then I went up to $2,000, and then I think a couple of $2,500 payments, and I made, or maybe I went straight to $3,000. I know I made one $3,000 payment. So anyway, I should be able to, if I find them, I'll put it here where you can see the payments that I was making. So this is real. I ain't flexing for nobody. I'm not making no new number, none of that stuff. Like, this is what I was paying over the last, 6 months essentially. So now let's get into what the numbers look like now as of like the last couple days. So yes, I guess probably Wednesday, actually I guess Thursday. Yeah, Thursday I opened up the account and the portal, and I checked the amount, and it was the actual balance, the total balance was $9,288.26. Now if you think about that just by itself, in January, it was $17,477. So just at the beginning of June or mid-June, it was sitting, or I guess late June, it was sitting at $9,288. That's a big decrease. Like, be for real. So that is crazy, right? If you think about it, it's like half already paid. So, so when I looked at that, I want to break that number down. The interest on that $9,288.26 was $219.68, and then the actual let's see, did I write that correctly? Oh yeah, so I think I'm saying this correctly. So that was the, I guess that was the, yeah, that was the principal amount, excuse me, that was the principal, and the $219.68 was the interest. So that meant that the actual total balance was $9,507.94. So that led me to make my payment $2,507.94. Now y'all know I do that. Like, I see how much the actual amount is, and then that's how I base my payment. So if I originally was planning to make $2,500, because the actual balance was $9,507, then I would add the $7.94, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know, it's a thing. I just pay the whole thing, whatever, the extra, whatever. Now, after I made that payment, my new balance as of today, because it says Saturday, June 28th, my new balance as of today is $7,013.31. So that is absolutely incredible. Now, of that payment that I made, the $2,507.94, $232.99 went to interest, which wasn't too bad, but I still don't like that. Like, I don't. And then $2,274.95 went to principal. So that's not bad. I'm out of $2,500, literally almost half of that went to, or the most of that basically went to principal. So that's not bad. I'm grateful for that. But so when I looked at my numbers though, I was like, okay, let's see where we are now. Reevaluate. Your goal is to pay this off by the end of August. I have $7,013.31 left. I need to break those up into two payments, because I need to pay July and I pay August. Now, you guys know there's two things that's going on here. Well, first off, before I say that, I want to say that when I looked at the numbers this morning, I calculated where I started in January into where I'm at now. So if I started off at $17,477 in January, and the new balance is $7,013.31, that means that over the past 6 months, I have paid a total of $10,463.19 on my car loan in 6 months. That's crazy. Like, be for real. So I'm just like, oh my God. And keep in mind, y'all, my payment is only, and I hate saying only because you know what I mean, but the average car payment for the Americans right now is like $576 or something like that. And mine is not off from that. Mine is $533.23. That's all I'm obligated to pay. And because I paid so much so in this past 6 months, I don't have to technically make a payment till October now, apparently. So if I just wanted to quit this thing right now, I always say this, if I wanted to quit right now, I'm good. I don't have to make no payments in October. Yeah, it's hard. I won't say it's hard, but it's like, you know, that little temptation comes back in my head sometimes, like, girl, do you really want to do it? Maybe you just push it out a couple of months. Do you really want to do this? You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, no, just stick with it. You're almost there. Like, what's more important? The feeling of a little relief of like, okay, well, I don't have to make this $2,000, $3,000 payment or $3,500 payment next month or this month, whatever, or August. Or with the feeling of August, God willing, comes around and I make my final payment, and probably sometime around September, I get my title in the mail. So yes, technically I could wait till October and make another payment, or before October even come, I've paid my car off and I have the title in my hand. So it's like, I just know that title, having the ownership of my car, and not having to pay these big lump sums of money out again ever, because when I buy another car, I'm paying cash, so I'm saving up for that. So which one is better? And I just know that like having my title is gonna feel so much better. So that's a big number, and that made me think, like, if I can do that in 6 months, I just need to keep going, because I've already sacrificed a lot of time, a lot of money already to just keep going. You're almost there. So that leaves me with the plan, right? What's the plan moving forward? Now, 2 things, like I said, I'm no longer teaching. So that income as of this week, because I got my last paycheck, and check out that video, I broke down how much I made, my final paycheck as an adjunct professor, and I gave you guys a little bit of glimpse behind the scenes of what we actually make as professors that are part-time. Yeah, so go check that video. Okay, so I'm not teaching, so I don't have that money coming in. So July, I would not have that extra money, and then unless something miraculously happens, you know. And then July, well, next week is actually my last week on my current job, so I will only get paid 1 paycheck from my current employer. Now, here's the thing, I will be receiving a payout for my PTO and sick time, that type of thing. And I really didn't take that much time off, because I mean, the hours I worked was pretty chill, so it was like, I really need to be off like that. So it should total up to almost like a full paycheck. So technically it should be about this, what I would have made for the entire month, if that makes sense. Now, you obviously got to take out taxes and stuff. So, you know, it should balance out, but still I'm not making money from teaching in July. So the option that I thought about, because I don't want to mess this up, and I do want to stick to my goal of paying this off in the next 2 months. August is well, I'll start my new job, my new role, mid-July, but my first paycheck will not be till the 1st of August, at the beginning of August. Now, August for my new employer, which is technically my old employer, but you know, there's a 3 paycheck period, so I'm good there. I'm not even worried about it. I've already did my budget for August. Y'all know, don't judge me. I'm like, I'll be on it, okay? I love personal finance, so yeah. I've already done my budget for July, August, whatever. Anyway, but based on my numbers for August, I will have enough to make a payment. Like if I divide this $7,013.31 into 2, it's around $3,500, okay? Give or take, because it's gonna be interest accruing too. But if I divide that up, that's about $3,500. Like I said, give or take $100 or $200, something like that, 100, 150. I have enough to cover that for August. I'm good. But I would not, based on what's going on right now, I wouldn't have that to cover for July. The option, y'all know I don't like doing this, but the other option I have is, I do have money in my freedom fund, right? I think $6,000 or so in liquid cash there. So I could borrow for myself, essentially, because I'm thinking about the name of my account. I never called my account, remember this, I never call my account the emergency fund account, because it's not, I don't look at it like that. To me, it's about freedom. It's the account where I have money to live in case something happens, like months. I can cover myself for months and months and months. Now, technically, that's what emergency fund is. But if I think about that, I'm thinking that I might take out the $3,500, enough to cover for July's payment, right? And just pay myself back. Now, I've already done the numbers too for, again, the next 6 months of the year, whatever, right? And how I'll pay myself back. Plus, add the extra $6,000 to get to my $12,000 freedom fund goal. Because again, that's the only reservation, is that you're trying to add $6,000 more to hit your savings goal for this year. So that's kind of going backwards. But I honestly, I feel like this is kind of what this is kind of for, in a sense, right? Like, this will be the only reason why I would ever pull money out of my account, is to do something like this. Because at the end of the day, if I don't do this, then it's gonna push me back another month, and it's gonna be accruing interest. So, like, the interest that I would be earning from my savings account is less than what I would be saving if I pay my car payment. You see what I'm saying? So really, it's an investment for myself, technically. So I don't know. I'm curious to know what you guys think. If I do this, then I'll make my payment for July, basically when I get my next or my last paycheck from my current employer. Because then I would know, like, if there's any extra money left over from that paycheck after I pay everything for the month, because essentially I'm paying all my bills for July out of that last paycheck. If there's anything, I don't care if it's $25, I would just add that to the payment or whatever, essentially. So let me know what you guys think. I can pay myself back. I know, again, I looked at my numbers, and based on where, because keep in mind, y'all, my income is increasing significantly with this new role. So I have enough to cover just to pay myself back and you guys can watch that process. So let me know what you think. Do you think that's a good idea? Would you do that? I'm curious to know. But honestly, at the end of the day, though, just going back to the present moment, I'm excited and I'm proud of myself. Thankful to God for his mercy and grace for allowing me to work and being grinding these last 6 months to be able to do this and get to this point, and to be down to my last 2 payments is amazing. And I'm so grateful and so excited. And again, I'm so grateful that you guys have been on this journey with me, and you're, cheering me on. I know some of you guys are paying off your cars, so shout out to you guys. I'm so excited for you. I know we can do this. Like, it's gonna feel good when we get our titles. I just saw one of my hometown friends, or I won't say friends, but like associates, I guess. I know she was a single mom, and she had posted on Facebook recently that she just paid her car off and got her title. And I could really celebrate that for her, because I understand what that looks like and how that feels like to be working toward this type of goal. And this money is going to just free up so much for something else, essentially. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. If you like this video, comment, subscribe, share, and I will see you guys next month, and I'll let you know what I decide to do. But I'm curious to know what you think, so leave me a comment below, please. All right, guys, see you next time. Bye. Hey, y'all, almost forgot to show you the board. So I did update this on up here for June. This is the new balance, and just color in just a little bit more. But so next time we come back, if I make this next payment in July, then we'll be right here in the middle, and then in August we'll be completely filled. So I'm excited. But yes, this thing is being updated. So